one of the best in the business when he used to play regularly, and he comes off the couch after missing 2 years of football to fill in for the Rams. And then it was more than just a fill-in. He was a dynamite, crucial member of this Super Bowl running team, now a Super Bowl champion, Eric Weddle, here on the Rich Eisen Show. How you doing, Eric Weddle?
Rich, my man. Super Bowl champ, bro. Super Bowl champ.
Yeah, Super Bowl champ. All right. I don't even know how to start with you, but I'll just start with when did you get the phone call from the Rams? Who called you? Who called you from the Rams, Eric?
Rahim called me. I was in a meeting with a local high school about taking over maybe in the future their football program, and I came out and had a missed call from Rahim and a text, and it said, "Hey, Dub, give me a call when you get this." And so my first initial thought was like, I'm not sure what help I can do for the playoff game against the Cardinals. I mean, I haven't played against them in a couple years. I don't know what scouting I could do for them. This was Tuesday of game week, and I called him back, and he was like, "Hey, what you doing? We're just chopping it up." And then he just got straight to it. He's like, "Hey, you're not fat and out of shape, are you?" And I said, "Of course not. But what's going on?" And so from there on, he laid down what they had, this crazy idea about me coming back and helping them out. They were in dire need, and after a few hours of talking to other coaches and players and thinking it through, I said, "Shoot, why not, man? This is a second chance of a lifetime, and I'd regret it if I didn't see it through."
Oh,
look, 5 weeks later, Super Bowl champ.
That is unbelievable. So who did you talk to? Did you talk to McVay? Who else did you speak to when you were considering and other players? Who else did you talked to?
Yeah, so immediately when I got off the phone with Rahim, I called Chanel, and that's who my wife's name is, and I said, "Hey babe, what would you say? What would you say if I told you Monday night I could be suiting up for the Rams?" And she started laughing. She said, "Nice joke. What's really going on?" I said, no, for real. I just got off the phone with Rahim. So I talked to her, when after going through all the stuff, she said, "Hey, babe, if anyone can do it, you can." And when she said that, I said, "You know what? You're right." Like I said, I was on the fence, really, like physically. I haven't done, I work out, but I work out just to make my body feel better and to, to stay in shape. And, when you play for as long as I have, it just becomes a part of you, working out and trying to stay healthy and do those things. And I was just like, I don't know, and once she said that, I was like, you know what, you're right. Like, I look at myself as one of the most mentally toughest guys in this world. And if anyone can do it, I could. So then I circled back with a couple other coaches. Then I talked to Sean about probably 3 hours later after the initial call. When Rahim called around 3:30, probably circled back to Sean around 7, and he was all on board with it. And then by about 9:30, decided to roll. Got up there about 1 a.m. and was in the building by 5:30, getting to work.
This is unbelievable. You cannot make it up, Eric Weddle. You cannot make up what you're saying right now, because you also played expertly. You play. I mean, you. How many did you play? 60 snaps against the Niners? Did you in the championship game? Did you work your way up to like 60 defensive snaps, Eric?
Yeah. I mean, first week I played 19 against the Cardinals, and luckily we were blowing them out, so I didn't have to play in the second half because I actually aggravated my hammy and groin in that game. So I would have went back in there, but I probably would have tore everything, and that would have been the end of this special run. But thankfully we didn't. And then the next week, I played 61 snaps against Tampa, and then played everything, started and played everything, the NFC Championship and the Super Bowl.
What did Brady say to you when he saw you in that game? Did he say something to you, Eric?
Yeah, he was, I just wanted to, show my respect to him after the game. and let him know how much I admire him and look up to him. And he was just like, dude, you got to be sore as you know what. And we just talked back and forth a little bit, and just what a, he's the GOAT, and just wanted to let him know that he inspired me from afar.
Well, maybe you might inspire him to come back, Eric. I don't know.
I don't know about that. I mean, it's just crazy. A lot of things had to align, right? Both safeties had to go down. They had no depth behind that. And, they knew me. They knew that I would be in somewhat good enough shape to even try it, right? I could have fallen flat on my face the 2 practices before Monday night, but that wasn't going to happen. I mean, I can go out there and give them a few snaps. But to build and to make it what it was, to start in the Super Bowl and to have an impact that I did and to help these guys was something that I'll cherish for the rest of my life. And hope people see that when an opportunity comes across, hopefully you're ready for it and you're ready, right? Because an opportunity of a lifetime came to me, and even though I wasn't 100% ready, I took the chance, and look what happened. I'm a Super Bowl champ now.
Eric Weddle here on the Rich Eisen Show. 9 years with San Diego and the Chargers, and then 3 with Baltimore, and then your last one with the Rams. You retire. We chatted after you retired, and now here you are, champion with the Rams after that story you just told. What was Super Sunday like for you? Was it what you dreamt about, Eric?
It was incredible. It was really... the game itself, the flows, the ups and downs, the adversity, everything that you feel a football game is and was from a player standpoint. You never really realize all the other, I wouldn't say BS, but just as a player, like the timeouts were so long, the halftime show, like The Rock getting up there and doing the thing. It's like, are we the show or is everything else the show? It was just like kind of like, hey, we had 40 minutes before we left the field. Like, why not do all this stuff during that time instead of having a 40-minute countdown, then have all these other things going on. Then The Rock gets up there when 0's on the clock, we're supposed to go, and then he's going for another 5 minutes. It's like, holy smokes. But, I know it's a spectacle for the world and this and that, but when the game was being played, when we weren't staying around on timeouts and everything else, it was incredible. And then being a part of the last play and watching it unfold right before my own eyes in live action was something that I can literally be in that moment for the rest of my life.
Well,
go ahead.
No, before we get to that, though, I do want to, I'm sorry, I don't want to just hop in here. When did you tear your pec, though? When did that happen, Eric?
It was in the first quarter. It was just, I rewatched the play that night when I got the game film, and I first initially thought, I thought Joe Mixon just kicked me or stepped on me, because it was like, I just didn't know. I'm like, how in the world is my shoulder pec hurting so bad? So then I rewatched it, and it was actually my teammate was running behind him, and he kicked my arm as I was tackling him. So it was just, and it went the opposite direction, which is just so crazy and unfortunate. What are the odds of that happening? But, yeah, I was in a lot of pain, but I'm like, this is a Super Bowl, man. I can run. I can still talk and communicate. Is it going to hurt every second? Yeah, but I got 50 years to rehab this thing and go get surgery and do what I need to do. But as long as I wasn't a liability out there, I wasn't going to come off that field. Not in that moment, not when I've dreamt of this situation. I was like, I'm not going out like this. So, Eric, you just better clutch up, get your mind right, and tough it up.
It's you're on your right side, right? Because we're seeing you tackle Jamar Chase with one left arm right here on our screen. Like that. So that's what you're a one left arm tackler the rest of the day, then, pretty much, right? Is that it?
Yeah. I mean, just I just throwing the whole body in there, whatever it took. A few times I just threw my body in there, and hopefully when I looked up that the guy was tackled. In that moment you're just whatever, and then sometimes you just had to throw your right arm in there and just get through it. The pain was you got used to it after a while, And it's bigger than that. It's bigger than myself. This was about the moment, right? The moment of what are you going to do, and are you gonna clutch up, mind over matter, and help your team win by any means necessary, or are you not? And for me, it wasn't even a question. It was like, hey, let's go do this. Let's get this win and be immortalized in the history books for the rest of our lives.
A few more minutes left here with Super Bowl champion Eric Weddle of the Los Angeles Rams, the Tuesday after Super Bowl 56 here on the Rich Eisen Show. Let's get to the last defensive snap for you in the game and in your career. Walk me through 4th and short with time winding down in Super Bowl 56, Eric. Walk me through that one.
Yeah, so we're coming out. We're playing man-to-man. I was on number 3, Tyler Boyd, and we have low hole help. So the way we play that, any type of shallow or in cut, T-Rap was inside of me. So he'll overtake that, and then I flashed to the second window. And as they came out in the formation, we knew who the running back was. Mixon wasn't in there, so they ain't running the ball, especially getting stuffed on 3rd and 1. And then you hear the checks, you hear all the things you studied throughout the week, and you feel like it's going to be passed. And AD talked a lot about that after the game, where he got such a great jump off the ball, knowing that it was passed, and he had his best pass rush move ready. And for us on the back end, we had that locked down. The route combination and the concept was there wasn't anywhere to throw the ball anyways. So whether it was AD going to get to him or someone else, he was going to have to. Joe was going to have to make something happen, because the first read, the second read, and the third read weren't there, and we had it all gloved up. So I flashed to the second window. The slant was right there from the outside by number 1, and at that point he was getting hit by AD, and then it was like, oh my gosh, you're just thinking to yourself, this is going to happen. It's happening. The ball falls in, throws it up in the air, just trying to make something happen, and it hit the ground. And in that moment, you're a Super Bowl champ. There's one timeout. They have nothing left. We're going to take a knee. And the energy, the passion, just to celebrate with your teammates is like nothing you'll ever be a part of the rest of your life. That moment is something that you dream of, and to be able to live it, and to be able to be in my situation 5 weeks ago to now, when I thought that dream was over, I'm just super, super humbled and fortunate and blessed to have that moment in my life for the history books. I was a part of that play to win the Super Bowl.
Damn straight you were, Eric Weddle. How good is Aaron Donald? I mean, like what?
Geez.
I know, right?
I mean, people don't kind of take for granted what he is and what he's all about, right? And it's hard to fathom if he ever got just single blocks the majority of a game, what would happen. I mean, literally, he gets the offensive line rotation to him every time, like literally. And when he doesn't, it's a sack or it's a TFL or it's a hit on the QB. I mean, that's how great he is. And I played with a lot of great players, but he's by far the best player I've ever played with at any position. And he just does so much for our team, our defense, the success other guys have because of him, and the attention that he gets goes unsaid. But I mean, geez, the individual accolades are second to none. He's an even better teammate, better man. He's one of one. When I say one of one, there is no other AD. There will never be another AD. And we just got to appreciate his greatness.
Well, I mean, while we're on the subject of hard to fathom, it's hard to fathom that he'd walk away at age 30 at the top of his game like this. You know what a player who's thinking of retiring or knows it's time to retire looks like. You used to be one, and you are now one again. What do you think? Do you think that this is really something he's thinking about or could happen? Eric, what do you think?
I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I just know when it gets to the point where you can't do what you normally do physically, it becomes draining, right? Mentally, you have to do so much to keep yourself at the level that you expect of yourself, right? And when you're not able to practice every day, when you're not able to lift every day and do what you love to do, because your body is just hurting or your body's breaking down. It takes a toll on you. So I don't know that's how it was for me. And I just felt that I mentally couldn't keep up with it. It's the same thing that Tom talked about when he retired. If you're not 100% committed mentally to doing everything that this job entails, then you just can't do it. You just can't do it. So you just got to go. You got to step away. And for him, I don't know. That'll be for him to decide. I think getting away from the game, getting away, letting your body fully recover, and do I think he will? I don't think so. But you understand it. If so, as a player, I totally get it if he's ready and if his mind's not in it and he's tired of everything that it implies of being great. I totally get it. So we shall see. I'd probably be the last one to figure it out, but hopefully more great days ahead of him. But if it is, I mean, he's one of the all-time greats, man. And everyone should applaud what he's done so far, and I know I do.
And the couple minutes I have left with you, Eric Weddle, I just want to know what it was like for some of these hugs, these post-Super Bowl winning hugs. What was it like with Rahim Morris, the defensive coordinator, who called you on that day? What do you say to this guy when the journey's complete in the ultimate way like that? What do you say? What was that like?
It was, we just, he coached me at the Senior Bowl 15 years ago, 16 years ago, whenever it was. And we always talked about having a chance to be on the same side, right? Whether he coached me at some point in our careers, and to have it come full circle in this moment is just so special for him and I. And he's going to be a head coach one day and hopefully win the Super Bowl. He has that it factor. He knows how to relate to the players. He knows how to connect to us. His even-keeled demeanor is so much like me as a player, so we just connect on another level. And being able to talk ball, talk shop, I'm just so happy for him. I'm grateful that he even thought of the idea to bring me back, him and Coach E. I'm forever embedded to him, right, because he gave me a chance to live a second life as a kid when no one gets this chance, right? You're retired for 2 years. You don't get a chance like this. And I owe that. I owe the Super Bowl ring for him for giving me this chance to have a role on this team and taking it and running with it. So we'll be forever connected. That's what we talk about. We're forever connected in this life as Super Bowl champs and doing something that nobody has done and probably will never do again, of doing what we did coming out of retirement and making a splash.
What was the hug with Stafford like? Another guy, long-time veteran in the league who's now got that ring like you, Eric. What about that one?
Yeah, man. It was just a moment. We wanted this so much for each other. I wasn't a part of this season, the whole team, the whole season, obviously. But I'd watched every game. I watched every play, so I felt emotionally I was attached to them. And watching his career from afar and then being his teammate for the last 5 weeks and just growing appreciation of how hard he works and the command and the ownership and just he is a quarterback through and through of what you want, right? How he owns it, how he stands on the table for what he wants to do, what he doesn't, how he challenges his coaches, how he challenges his players and expects greatness. And it was just in that moment we were just saying how much of this moment we did for each other, right? How he wanted to do it for Witt, wanted to do it for AD, wanted to do it for myself, and vice versa. And that was what was so special about this group of men, man. We wanted to do it for each other. It wasn't so much about doing it for myself. It was about having this chance to do it for the guys that have been in the league for so long and done so much. But now we're here, and we can sit here and say we're Super Bowl champs because we did it for each other, not for ourselves.
And then lastly, with your wife, who's been with you this entire journey. What was that hug like? Eric, what was that moment like, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, it was emotional. It was, I wouldn't be here without her over the course. We've been married coming up on 17 years. We got married in college. She's been in there, been through the grind, and only the wives know of the NFL what it's like of not having their husbands home for 6-7 months at a time, and being able to support and encourage and be that person that is always there for you on the ups and downs. She is one of a kind. She was is the rock of our family and held us together. And in that moment, I mean, we're still in awe. We're still in shock that this actually happened. And for her to support me, and really, when she said nobody could do it but me, I mean, she was the one that gave me the confidence to go try this. She really was, and she's been there. And I just hope that over the next 50 odd years that I think I'm going to live till I'm 100, so I'm going to say 67 more years.
Attaboy.
That I could give her the attention and serve and sacrifice with her and the kids as much as she did for me, because it was second to none.
Eric Weddle, you have always been one of my favorites. When I heard you were coming out of retirement with the Rams, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And now that whole sense of you got to be kidding me is off the charts. You're a Super Bowl champion. What an unbelievable ending. A fairy tale that nobody saw coming. Thanks for the time and sharing. You're really one of my faves. Congrats. You deserve it.
Rich, love you, bro. Appreciate
right back at you.
And Super Bowl chance. I'm in the club finally.
You are in the You're in the club. You're in the club. Yes, indeed. We have a club right here, as a matter of fact, that you're allowed into anytime. Anytime, Eric Weddle. Enjoy the parade. Have a good time.
I will.
Take care of yourself, Rich. Brother. You bet. You be well. The one and only Eric Weddle.
So awesome.
Super Bowl champion. Nice. What a story.
That's badass, man.
The ultimate rise and shine. Brought to you by Courtyard by Marriott. As the official hotel of the NFL for 11 years and counting, Courtyard by Marriott is proud to fuel your love of the game all season long. When you're on the road, no reason to miss out on watching the game. You can meet us at the Bistro Bar to cheer on your favorite team with good food and good company. And if you're traveling to an out-of-town game, with over 1,000 hotels across the U.S., Courtyard's got the perfect place for you to stay near the stadium. And if you're a Marriott Bonvoy member, discover even more ways to earn and redeem points with access to exclusive NFL experiences. At Courtyard by Marriott, passion moves us forward. Where will yours take you? Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.